What up, boys and girls? We are live on this big 12-game slate on Friday. Flying solo right now. I don't know where Smitty is, just being totally transparent. So you get to see my pretty face. That being said, I like today's slate. I'm going to get into it pretty early here and start with pitching. Pitching's real condensed for me today, just based on price, projection, cost per dollar. Start up top with like the big ownership. I don't care what Kirby's ownership is at this point. I'm throwing Kirby, even though he's $9,600 against the Sox. I think he's one of the best values per dollar on the board today. Just don't overthink it. Right. We've seen how bad the Sox are now. Like they're just punting the season in. Kirby could break the slate today. So now the thing is, what everybody's going to do is punt down, I think, with Kirby. I think they'll drop to, cheap guys to mix it in. So a way to get unique is throw Kirby with somebody like Senga or Peralta. Spend the money up top and get a little different that way. So Senga I like, right? Atlanta's terrible right now. Albie's being out just makes them even worse. They're just not the same Braves as they were last year. My worry is always, right, first game back, how much does he, what's his leash? But the matches are great. I love the projections. Hard to not like Freddie against Miami today. The spot I'm fading for an expensive guys, I'm fading Sonny in single entry 3 max. I'm not going to have any Sonny. As we work down, I don't hate a little Gallon. I don't mind him. I don't love him there. So I love Kyle Harrison today against Colorado. There's just, to me, they're bang for the buck. He's there. You're going to see his ownership going up. I also think you see a lot of Kirby Harrison lineups. That being said, I still might go there. The other spot I think could be interesting is in that game is if you want to get weird, go Drew Thorpe, $6,600, and you can throw him in that game. So I don't hate him there. For me, that's like the other spot to get a little weird. So I'm keeping this super condensed today, right? I'm not throwing Framber against LA. I'm not throwing Morton against the Mets. The Mets have just been on fire, and you can tell by his ownership, so is no one else. I'm not a UC guy, especially against Texas, even though Texas has been terrible against lefties. I don't love Singer today. G-Rod's too much for San Diego, and then I'm not messing with the bottom half of this day. It's just not worth it. For me, it's just let's keep the pool condensed, short, sweet, to the point. I just kind of want to keep it solid and, keep our pool pretty simple there. If you really look at – so one of the things I really look at is like odds their land. Like example, Kirby under half a walk is almost even money today. It's like plus 110. So they're telling you they think there's almost zero chance Kirby walks anybody versus the Sox, right? That K rate, they have with, against right-handed pitching is just astronomical. So for me, it's, let's take a look at it. And they got Dan Merzel behind the plate. Like he's a top 5 pitchers up. So, I love him there. Again, I'm going to go Harrison. I don't hate Thorpe, like I said, just because, we know that lineup the Mariners are going to run out are pretty bad. And where have they been? So that's my condensed pool today. Who I like, where I want to go. We don't really have any weather issues, which is nice. It is hot here. I'm still in Missouri. It's hot here still. So, we'll take a look at that. And then let's box out some lineups. We got some interesting spots on lineups today. I like some of them. I actually really dig the turbo slate. If you're going to play early, I think the turbo slate's got some interesting spots today. Royce Lewis is back in his first game. He's only $5,100. So if you're playing that slate, right, you can mix them in with the Phillies and the Reds. Baz just hasn't got it together yet. He's just getting back loose. So I kind of like the little bit of the turbo slate. I love the O's today against Mazur. Give me Gunner, give me Santander, O'Hearn, Westberg. Hey, they got rid of O'Hearn. They moved Kerstad up to 6 today. He's only $3,400. Norby is dirt cheap at second base, right? Like, listen, the O's had to make some room for these kids. Connor Norby is a stud, and he's $3,000 today at second base. So, that's a great spot. I love an O stack. They will be in my 3 max. I'm really debating how I want to close out my single entry. Because I'm really torn on a couple of these lineups, but I'm going to have that O's exposure because those cheaper, a couple cheaper guys really offset that. I'm not interested in the Padres versus G-Rod. It's just kind of indifferent to me there. Not really going to go there, and I love the total in that game. I don't mind the Rangers. I think Langford's still cheap enough at $4,300. I kind of like that spot. I'm not going with the Blue Jays against Heaney. Just not my spot for them. And the total is only 8 in that game. On the bats in the Atlanta Braves versus Mets game, the total is only 7.5. So if I'm going there, I'm going Senga, and I'm attacking that K rate, right? Like Duvall, Alvarez, trying to get some of that. Lindor is up to 5,700 because he's just been on fire, but I'm not really going with the Mets today. Again, that total's 7.5. The Yankees are chalk right now. So how you want to play them? Do you want to get different? Ben Rice at $3,900 at first is a great spot, for me. I like that there. So I'm going to get access to that. And then I like attacking Cortez, but he hasn't been terrible. The total's 9.5. I don't know. This is my fade spot today, man. This is my spot. I'm fading this spot today. And if I lose, I lose. I'm just understanding single entry 3 max. I'm okay making stands and saying, hey, when I fade chalk, you're so leveraged. Example, Evaldi the other night, right? He was 50 to 75% depending upon the single entry you went in. And of course he crushes, right? He has 10 Ks, but if he misses, you are so far ahead of the field. That's what game theory dictates will do. And that's how I play single entry and 3 max. So while I min cast less, when I win a lot more money. And when I lose, I lose it all. So, but I'm okay with that. I don't hate the Royals tonight. The Cubs have just still been terrible. The Cubs are just kind of dead right now. I like attacking Hendricks. Witt's out of his mind. Shortstop's a hard spot these days. There's a lot of good shortstop options. He's 6,300. I like Frazier up top at 3,400. So I don't hate getting some of them in. I'm not messing with the Dodgers and Astros today. I'm not messing with the Astros until Tuck's back. I'm just that lineup. He's just the engine there, and they're struggling without him. Shohei's in play every day for the Dodgers. I don't care if it's lefty, righty, who it is. You want to play Shohei, I get it. They're having to play Nick Ahmed today at short. I'm not on that game with a total of 8.5. I'm only on pitching in the Mariners-Sox game. The total's 7 guys. So another cool way to get this is to stack this game. Stack Thorpe and Kirby. I don't think a lot of people are going to do that. Go look at that K rate, that on the lineup that the Mariners are, projected to throw out. That K rate's wild. So same thing. Give me Kirby. He doesn't walk anybody. Sign me up. So total of 7. It's the lowest total on the slate. I like that spot for pitching. Mariners Brewers total 7.5. I'm just completely uninterested. Nothing there really excites me. Like I said, I'll throw Freddie in that game, but I don't love that game either way. Same Nats Cards, total 7. I'm fading Sonny in single entry 3 max. If I'm playing 20 max and ups, get Sonny in. I get it. Work it there. The Nats just okay enough for me. And then same thing, like the cards don't K. I'm not a Gore guy. Total 7.5. I'm not there. The next game for me I love is the A's Angels. This is a game I'm attacking. There's no ownership. It's going to be cheap. Lineup's going to dictate a little bit on who I want to like target from the sides. Again, guys, the A's are home run dependent. But when they go, they go. They brought up Carson Fulmer. Like, give me that spot. And I don't hate the Angels, right? Like, they're going to throw Spence. Like, if Ohapi's batting cleanup, I love it. You know what? 4K at catcher. I like that side. So, but I'm definitely going to work some A's in because that's going to help with, you know, if you want to play the O's or some of the other stacks, today. And that's what I'll talk about here. Pirates D-backs, totals 8. I like Gallen, but, you know, the problem is he's 9-100, and, you know, he's going to get 6 or 7 Ks. Like, it's okay for me today. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I'm indifferent there. I don't hate the left-handed bats for the D-backs today. Like Carroll, Jock, you know, little Alec Thomas. Like, give me some of the lefties, you know, on the small side. I think that's a cool spot to attack today. And then the game I'm going after tonight, I get it's in San Francisco, but we got a little wind blowing out. You know, it's going to be high 60s. Give me the Giants against a left-handed Kyle Freeland, right? Like, he is – look at his splits versus right-handed pitching. You know, Soler, Ramos, Chappie. Listen, keep playing Fitzgerald, guys. He's only $3,500. If I'm playing him tonight, I might be playing him at second. I doubt I go at short, but I love a Giants A stack. Give me a Bay Area stack today. You can fit both those guys in really well, and it gives you some late pivot options. I get Ramos cooled off a little, but man, like if there's an ever get right spot, it's Freeland. There's no ownership, right? Versus Boston and like the Yankees today, where all the ownership is right now. So let's go look. Like, let's talk a little bit about ownership on the main slate for stacks. Let's see where we're at as we get an update. I wrote my article pretty early in the day. Yeah, right. Like the Yankees are up there. The O's have climbed a little. I love the Giants' current ownership. I like the Angels, A's ownership. I don't hate the Sox side just because everyone's going to play the Yankees side. But I'm going to go, I'm going to go a little more there. Looking at it, give me some, a little bit of Yankees. I'll have them mixed in. But that's where the A's or Angels are going to come in handy today is you can take an expensive O's, an expensive Yankees, right? Like some of these expensive bats, even some expensive Diamondbacks, right? And work in some like nice lineups because those guys are so cheap, right? Like who you work in, where you go, and then you can pay up for pitching, guys. You can run a Kirby Senga, a Kirby Peralta, right? Or you can dump down to a Harrison. Like, I'll be shocked if Harrison doesn't make my single entry. Just being transparent, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go Kirby Harrison and just eat the ownership on those two guys and just kind of be okay with it. I might go Thorpe Harrison just to get funky. Like, it's Friday. Let's have some fun, where we're going to be at there. So, and then I don't hate tonight, too, if you want to get weird at catcher, Austin Wells splits in this matchup are really, really nice. And he's only $3,800 at catcher. So, right, like you can especially on DK, you can stack some O's, A's, Giants. You can stack some A's, Yankees, you can mix this in pretty uniquely today. So again, 12-game slates. We shouldn't have any crazy ownership. Kind of looking at this. Don't be afraid to get a little weird. Don't be afraid to get, a little wild with your salary. Don't think you have to spend every dime on this slate. Like, I'm kind of okay with that. So, and that's it, boys. I'll be in chat. Hit me up if you need me. And let's go have a fun Friday night. Let's go cash and make some money today, boys and girls.